Most people think a fire tower is about finding smoke. And sometimes it is. But lately, I've been wondering if people climb to high places for another reason. You're supposed to look outward from a fire tower, but recently, I have found myself looking inward. Why do we climb? I recently came across a word I'd never heard before. Auraphile. A person who feels deeply connected to the mountains. At first, I thought it meant loving mountain scenery. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized it was really about something else. Perspective. Ash Mountain Fire, Park Ridge, in service. Porterville, Park Ridge, in service.
Park Ridge, in service, 0931.
Free Lake Ready District, units on unavailable, engine 32, crew 3, S2F engine 324, duty go to division 3. Reporting will continue one aircraft for Porterville Air Attack Base, Air Attack 1, Charlie Golf with training available, Tinker 76 available, Tinker 89 available, Heli Tinker 2 Hotel Tango available, Helicopter 9 Papa Julia available, Helicopter 8 Alpha Sierra available.
A few weeks ago, the mountains disappeared entirely. The fog rolled in and swallowed the tower. The horizon vanished. The very thing I came here to see was gone. And that's when I started wondering, is perspective really about seeing further at all? Or is it about seeing more clearly?
Thank you.
The longer I spend in places like this, the more I realize people have always searched for perspective. Some found it in churches, some found it in the wilderness, some found it in sacred texts, some found it sitting quietly beside a spring. The beliefs were different, the symbols were different, but the search often feels the same. Eventually, every lookout has to climb down. And sometimes, the questions that begin in a fire tower are better explained on a trail. The mountain that was once part of the view has become part of the journey. Something interesting happened on this trail. I've been thinking a lot lately about sacred places. Why people build temples, why they burn incense, why they create symbols, why they seek out certain places when they're searching for meaning. I sat beneath one of these giant sequoias and opened my Bible. I found myself reading about Solomon building the temple. A story about cedar trees, incense, and the creation of a sacred place. But what struck me wasn't the cedar, or the incense, or even the temple itself. It was the question underneath it all. If God is everywhere, why build a temple? To most people, this probably doesn't look like much. Just a muddy spring beside an old road. Easy to overlook, easy to drive past. But I've often wondered what it looked like to someone crossing the frontier in 1858. Tired, dusty, miles from home. To them, it may not have looked like a mud hole at all. It may have looked like a miracle. The water hasn't changed. The spring hasn't changed. What changed was the person standing beside it. Some people would say, none of this is necessary. And they're probably right. Maybe you don't need a mountain, a church, a stained glass window, a Bible, or prayer flags blowing in the wind. Maybe none of it is necessary. But if that's true, why have human beings spent thousands of years creating them? Why do we keep building places that invite us to look up? Why do we climb mountains? Why do we seek out quiet places away from the noise? Maybe the mountain isn't the point. Maybe the fire tower isn't the point. Maybe the symbols aren't the point. Perhaps they're reminders. Things that help us pause. Things that help us pay attention. Things that help us remember what matters.
stand beside me and wait. I sing hallelujah. I bring my burden again to my Father and my friend. I sing hallelujah. Anytime, any place, you stand beside me and wait. I sing hallelujah. I bring my burden again to my Father and my friend. I sing hallelujah. Will you fill me here and now on this holy ground? Your peace surrounds me, hope is found right where I am now. I look into your face, all my fear falls away, singing glory to you, God. You undo me again, my Father and my friend, singing glory to you, Lord. I look into your face, all my fear falls away, singing glory to you, God. You undo me again, my Father and my friend, singing glory to you, Lord. Will you fill me here and now on this holy ground? Your peace surrounds me and hope is found right where I am now. Anytime, any place, when I call on your name, you are there. Anytime, any place, when I call on your name, you are there. Anytime, any place, when I call on your name, you are there. Anytime, any place, when I call on your name, you are there. Will you fill me here and now on this holy ground? Your peace surrounds me, hope is found right where I am now.
I had planned to spend the evening around a campfire. Instead, I met two strangers making their way towards the tower. The fire tower was one of the highlights of their trip. They had traveled from the East Coast and had never seen a staffed lookout before. So I turned around and invited them up.
Oh, hey, are you coming from the fire tower?
Good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we had a couple questions. We were just trying to head out that way, actually.
Yeah, I just closed down for the night.
Yeah, in your service, have you spotted a fire?
Last year was my first.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like?
It was in the middle of a rainstorm. If you look right there, you can see the smoke in the trees.
Yeah.
So that's actually a little private community, Wilsonia.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a bunch of cabins, and everybody that has cabins have barbecue pits in their backyard. So it's not uncommon to see smoke. So that's actually what smoke looks like coming up through the trees.
You stay out in the fire pit overnight sometimes?
I'm here for 3 days and I'm spending.
Oh wow. What is something that you like really appreciate about that in particular?
This quietness and meeting
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
The seclusion.
But yeah, just
having that incredible view, I'm sure.
no, it is. During the day we have the radios, so there's always radio chatter.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the early mornings in the evenings when I go out of service, and then I have them out to myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I can just walk.
Yeah.
And wander.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll let you get.
Yeah, let me I want to get a shot real quick, and then I can walk back there.
Or like we can have that. We would love to see it. Yeah.
All right.
He's been waiting for this opportunity for years.
Okay. All right. We'll do that.
As it turns out, I wasn't the only one searching for perspective that day.
After you. All right. So this is the fire finder. So how does this work?
I'll let you do it.
Oh shoot. Okay.
So you're going to use this to spin it. And then, do you see the top of that mountain? Right out here?
Yes. Yeah.
If you come down to the right side of the mountain, you're going to see a bunch of dead trees.
Yeah.
And then about a quarter of the way down, you're going to see that one tree, the only green tree.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to look through this slit and you're going to line up the horsehair on that green tree.
Oh shoot. Okay.
The only green tree.
Okay. I think I
Okay?
got
You
it.
got it? Now, there's an arrow right here.
Uh-huh.
And then that's going to tell you your degrees, your asthma.
Okay.
So 150, 160,
65,
165, and then what's the next one?
167,
It's 165.
166.
So you said earlier a few times that you're city dwellers or urban dwellers. I'm curious, what attracts you to the mountains?
I mean, I'm sure just looking out at this window right here, just quiet, nature, solitude, wilderness.
Yeah, it's such a a simple answer, but also a very complicated answer.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna let you go first. But yeah, I think for me, particularly my job, I have a very intense job, and so when I'm at work, which takes up a lot of my time, it's a lot of stimulus. And I think when you come out to nature, it really simplifies things. It really slows the pace of life. I view it as being sort of meditative, right? Because you kind of can tune into your different senses, the feel of the breeze on your skin, or the sun on your face, listening to the birds chirping, the smell of flowers or cedar.
Definitely smell.
All of your senses.
All of the senses.
Yeah.
The feeling of even just the cool air as the sun sets.
Mm-hmm. And like you said earlier, it's something ancestral to it. It's code in our genetics. And I tried to I've had this conversation with many friends before, and it's really hard to put your finger on it and put it into words, which is why this question is so difficult, I think, for me to answer. But it's just something inherent. As humans, I think we belong in nature, and when we're in the concrete jungle, we're doing ourselves a disservice, and getting caught up in day-to-day things that don't really matter. And when you come out here, it kind of just everything melts away, and you realize that maybe the things that you were worrying about yesterday or will worry about tomorrow don't actually really matter.
You get a stronger connection to whatever you believe spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that connection is amplified in nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a commonality among all of us. You know, we might have different beliefs and different things, different religions, different political beliefs, different from different, like, you know, countries, but you can connect with anyone over nature.
Nature strips
All
everything.
Away.
Yes.
Yeah, none of that
Yeah.
really matters
Right.
out there.
You go back to being Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
I have a story related to all this from today. Earlier today, we came back from a hike, and Kimia took a little nap. You know, it was beautiful, sun shining, not too hot, not too cool, and I had some time to kill. My phone doesn't work right now, so okay, I'm at my own devices in nature, and there was a large stump of a sequoia tree. I said, I'm going to count every ring in this tree, and I went and I was following it along. I didn't have a magnifying glass, and guess how much it came out to be, right? 352 years. Counted 352 rings. So give or take, right? Yeah, think about that, right? We're celebrating as a country, right? Just as a country, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary. This tree is 100 years older than a country, let alone our personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so you take this from a spiritual level of like, this tree, this one organism is older than like 3 times as old as the oldest human being has ever lived. And what do you make of that? Tell me that there's not something spiritual in that. Tell me that there's not something that, when you look at it like that, I stood up from that, and I had counted all the rings, and I was like, wow, okay. It just grounds you, and it frames life, not as life in a society, but life just as an existence is like a whole different, it just like totally changes it. You're just like, wow, okay. Like I'm just but one single organism on this planet, and these things are way older than me. It's crazy.
The more I think about it, the more I wonder if sacred places aren't sacred because of what they are. Maybe they're sacred because of what happens there. The conversations, the memories, the connections, the moments that remind us of what matters. Maybe that's why people have always climbed mountains. Not because the answers are waiting at the top, but because high places have a way of stripping away the noise. The noise of schedules, the noise of expectations, the noise of arguments, the noise of everyday life. And when the noise begins to fade, something else becomes possible. Perspective. Maybe that's what people have been searching for all along. Not the mountain, not the symbol, not even the destination. Just a clearer view of what matters. And perhaps that's why I keep coming back here. Until next time, breathe deep, wander far, and let the noise wear off.